Hi guys, this is a helpful video to help you navigate through the Google spreadsheet, Google Doc, and template that you need to use to unwrap two standards for our pullout session, which is on February 20th on a Wednesday. So I sent this email out, and towards the bottom of the email it has the directions of what to do and what to consider when you guys work on your homework for the next couple weeks. But the first step is to go to the Beaver standard spreadsheet. This is a spreadsheet that we actually worked on in November. When you pull it up, it usually goes to this default page, and what you want to do is look down at the bottom and find 9 through 10 and 11 through 12. So I think the easiest way to do this is to look at 9 and 10 first. It's going to show you kind of some resources of how I've already put the unwrapping links together. And it just kind of is a nice way for you to compare the notes that we already did for some of these previous standards on the Martin Luther King Day, and then how it might translate into these standards. But I do think the best way to do this is to consider what you teach, and then also realize that there is some overlap between 9 and 10 and 11 and 12. So for example, citing evidence, that standard is 9 through 10, and it's also 11 through 12. So if you sign up for one standard and there's a similarity with the standard for 11 through 12, I think it might be nice to build off of those two, but don't just copy paste or assume that the chart and template is done just because we did it through 9 through 10. I do think there's going to be a difference obviously when we get 11 through 12. So some things to consider, but when you get on to your 9 through 10 or 11, 12, what you're going to do is look on this side to unwrap link. This is a new column, and this is where we're doing the unwrapping of the standards and where we're going to house them for access for everybody, including the department and the district. So what will happen is I've highlighted the standard boxes of where we need to do the unwrapping still. So we need to unwrap all the standards for 11 and 12. We have already done some unwrapping through 9 and 10. Now there's a couple things that haven't been linked here, but I will fix those after I finish this video. So the two most helpful ways to go about this is to figure out what standards you want to do, and then you're going to click the box, and then you're going to put your name on it to claim it. You want to make sure that you claim it and clearly claim it so we don't have overlap. There's a couple ways. The easiest way would be for you to go in and actually do this. The other way would be to email me, and then I can put your name on it. Once you claim it, then you're going to have two options. The first is to work on a blank template, and the blank template is located up at the top. You click it. When you get on here, you're going to go up to the top. You're going to make a copy, and you're going to name it whatever the standard is. So this standard is going to be, this is RL9. So I'm going to label it, I'm going to label it RL 9 through 10.4. I'm also going to put ELA just to keep it clear. And then I'm going to say OK. And now this template is under my drive, but I'm going to go through and I'm going to change it, and you just copy paste the link over. Oops, there we go. So I apologize for this awkward video. And then kind of work through what you need to do, which is the exact same things that we did with Martin Luther King. I think you need to focus on step 1, step 2, and step 3, because that's what we've learned together through PD. That's the directive that we've been given. There is other stuff going on down here, but I would not worry about this because we have not gotten direct instruction about how to handle that. So that's the first way. That's the blank template. The other way you could do it, especially if you're doing a standard, like this standard has already been unwrapped, what you could do is go to a standard that's already been done in 9 through 10 that is also similar in 11 through 12. You can open that, and then same process, make a copy. Make sure you rename it your standard that you're working on, and I do think you can work off of what we already did, but like I said, I think you need to kind of work through and see if there's any differences, because I do think we want to elevate what they're doing 9 to 10, 11 through 12. So those are kind of the easiest ways to go through. So once again, you get onto the doc, or the spreadsheet rather. You figure out where you're going, you put your name and lay claim to the standard that you want, and once you've done that, you can either make a copy of this or you could make a copy of the template that we already filled out. Just make sure you make a copy so we don't have any lost documentation. The last step is, it feels tricky, but it's basically when you finish your standard, you're going to go up and you're going to copy the link of the Google Doc that you've created. You're going to go back to the Beaver standard sheet and you're going to click on the box and you're going to put the standard, label it again. You're going to label it unwrapped when it's completed, and then you're going to click on this and go to Insert Link. When you insert the link, it's going to paste the Google Doc that you've created with all the unwrapping and notes that you've taken. And now everybody has access to it. So that is kind of the step-by-step process. Claim what you want, work through what you need to, use the templates to help guide you, and then when you get done, you're going to upload or insert the link here so that way we can all look at it at this upcoming pullout date. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I can also show this to you step by step. Thank you again for all your guys' hard curriculum work.